I'm Brandy Bean and I'm here with Belinda Goodrich, and today is the day. It is the launch day for Get It Done, Belinda's newest book, and I am so excited for this book. Are you excited?
I'm a little bit excited. I don't think I slept last night. I'm like, is it time to get up? Is it time to get up? Is it time to get up? Can it be lunch day? Can it be lunch day?
Well, it is launch day, and I think before we get too far into this interview, I think we need to do a little toast. What do you think?
We definitely need to do it.
So, we have a nice bottle of champagne here.
We do.
Because every occasion when we are celebrating something, a good little bubbly.
A little bit of I'm always afraid of them though. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't nearly as dramatic as I thought it was.
Well, I was going to pop it, but I didn't want to bust a window or anything.
Don't pop a window. Don't.
Here, let's launch your book, but then also buy new windows.
Yeah, that would be a bummer. That would be a bummer.
So, let's talk about your book.
Okay.
I want to start by, first of all, she posted a video today of,
what you guys can't see on camera is that she just spilled champagne all over her lap, but that's okay.
It's okay.
All
I
good.
brought a towel just in case. Okay,
Always
so
prepared.
So you posted a video already about what inspired you to write this book. But can you just kind of give us a Clip Notes version of that?
You're asking
Cheers first.
Cheers. Cheers. As Cadence would say, cheers. You're dripping. Ooh, that's mighty fine bubbly.
It is.
Courtesy of the Ritz.
It is
So
good
thank
bubbly.
you to the Ritz in Charlotte, North Carolina for providing North Carolina, there's my main accent, for providing us with this wonderful bottle of champagne. So it started out originally actually just going to be almost more like a tip book, or hey, here are some productivity hacks, here are just some ways that I structure my day to get a bunch of crap done, because I get a lot of shit done. I kind of crank through work. I love to work, and I thought, okay, people were asking me, so I thought, okay, easy enough, I'll just make a tip book.
Mm-hmm.
And I started writing it, and it felt wrong. And one of the things I actually talk about in the book is listening to, it's actually hint number one, is listening to your internal guidance, your internal GPS that we all have, that whether you want to call it your soul, your intuition, whatever your stream of consciousness with a higher power, whatever that is, that inner thing, it didn't feel right to me. And I knew it was a pretty tough season. I had, we lost my stepfather. My mother was very, very ill. And I thought, well, maybe that's it. I was kind of trying to dial in what's not feeling right. So I put it on the shelf for a little bit. And what I realized in doing a lot of introspection is why it wasn't right was because it was very superficial. And it actually wasn't getting down to the root of why we are not productive and why we are overwhelmed and why everybody is so stressed out right now. And to me, it would be like a lie. It's like there's so many planners and books on the market about here's how to get more done in less time and chunking and all of that stuff. There's tons of stuff out there. To me, they're not that they're not good for certain aspects. They definitely are. So I'm not putting any of that down. I certainly use a planner myself. Actually, use a couple. But it was superficial.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, if I was going to put it out and put my name on it, I wanted it to be something that actually could make permanent and lasting change for people, that they are living a healthier life, a happier life. So that's where the book came from.
Well, I definitely think you have accomplished that. Some of you, if we're friends on Facebook, you saw my post earlier. I got the privilege of reading the book before anybody else did, which was awesome. And little did I know what it was going to do for me. So I started reading it, just going through, making sure it flowed, it sounded great. And I started to realize that I enjoyed reading it. And I don't like to read. I'm not an avid reader. I will sometimes do an audible book, but books aren't my thing. So for me to enjoy a book was shocking in itself. And then I started noticing I was putting into practice some of the things that you were saying in your book. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And it's actually helped me significantly in the last couple of weeks of changing my perspective in the way that I'm doing things. It's changing my daily routine. It's changing my sleeping habits. I mean, I have read this book and really noted what I need to put into practice. So it's already changing lives. because it changed my life. So, and I'm not just saying that because we're related.
Right.
It like legitimately got me out of my rut. So I'm super proud of you for this book. I want you to talk a little bit about what's so significant about today and why you want people to get it today.
So there's my cat. So there's Cabby. She is a rescue cat, and she wanted to join the interview. So there she is, looking beautiful as ever. She's even posing. So there's Cabby. She gets shit done too. So what's significant about today? So the way it works, we are obviously a small publishing company here at Goodrich Publishing, and we don't have the billions of dollars in marketing and all of that some authors have, right? Because we are more boutique, and we're about taking care of our authors, and we have some more exciting books coming out soon. And one thing that we can do to help our sales and help our credibility is to do an official launch and have as many people buy within a certain time period. It helps the book get more visibility. It pops us up in our category. And again, when you're going against big names that have been around, big name publishing companies, you kind of get lost at the bottom there. And so you don't really get that exposure. You don't get the visibility. Well, when a bunch of people go on and buy the same day, boom, now you move up, and once you're up, you start to get more traction and more visibility. So, and it's funny, there's mixed views on this, and I actually agree with all of the views, because some people will say, well, that's, you're gaming the system or whatever. I personally don't think you're gaming the system. I didn't mark my book down, so it's not like, hey, I'm gonna give you my book for free, so quick, go out there and get it today so I can be a bestseller. Didn't do that. It's the regular price that it's going to be. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not asking for you to give a review, although I would love reviews, obviously, especially good ones. But it's more just, hey, can we get some muscle of the community behind it to get it up the list? And so that's what's special about today, and that's why I'm asking people if they are interested in buying it. Today is the day. I would absolutely love for you to make that purchase.
Now, we will be having another event soon. We haven't finalized the date yet, but Ms. Belinda will be doing a book signing here at the local Barnes & Noble. We don't have a date yet.
We're thinking February 15th, and so we're just kind of working on that. Happy Valentine's Day to me.
Yes. So be on the lookout for that, because that'll be exciting. And if you're local and want your book signed, I'm sure she'll just sign it for you. You may have to bring her some wine or some roses, but she'll sign it for you. Well, Mom, this has been awesome, and I'm super proud of you. And I think this book is awesome. So again, if you don't know, and you haven't been paying attention to Facebook, but it's called Get It Done. If you don't like the SH, you can ignore it.
You can pretend it's silent. So there's no profanity on this cover at all. That's just a weird little squiggly. Those are squiggles. They're just decoration. They're decoration.
But if you're like
the legal title is Get It Done.
Yeah. But if you're like me and you don't care, sometimes you need to get done. So, thank you so much for writing this.
Yes, definitely.
It's going to be a life changer for multiple people. I know that. So, go out and buy it. And we'll put the Amazon link below.
Yes. And if you have ever considered writing a book, I will tell you that of everything I've done in my life, and I'm a little bit of an accomplishment junkie, doing my books has been the greatest joy, other than my children and grandchildren.
Thank you for
we'll put that first. Writing your book, and I say this a lot through Goodrich Publishing, but I want to make sure it comes through as heartfelt as I mean it. I believe we all have a story. We all have knowledge. We all have wisdom. We all have experiences, and the world needs to hear your story. So it's not, and part of it is it's healing for you. So maybe you have a story you want to write, a book you want to write. Maybe it's not going to be put out on Amazon. Maybe it's just for you. Maybe it's just for your family, a legacy book. But that act of writing is so incredibly powerful and healing, and you can do it.
Yes.
You can write your book. And so with Goodrich Publishing, we have a couple of programs coming up that I'm happy to talk to anyone about if they need more information. But number one is we have the Writers Academy. It's exciting. It kicks off in February. It's a 9-week program that brings your book from concept to completion. Like it's structured, it's based on behavioral science. It's actually a defined process. Each week is a new step in that process to get you all the way done. At the end of the 9 weeks, which means at the end of the first quarter, you would have your draft manuscript, which how amazing would that be to kick off 2020 with your book?
Yep.
And then keep on the lookout on Goodrich Publishing's page for Writing Well. And what Writing Well is it's a women's wellness retreat. And during the retreat, we're going to be gone for a few nights into a nice cabin up in the woods. And what we are actually doing is a cathartic, easy for me to say, cathartic writing process where we work through events of your life. And some people will take that book and maybe publish it. Maybe it becomes a memoir. Maybe it's just a healing exercise. But you are surrounded by powerful women. We're doing a lot of healing techniques during that retreat. So we're going to be doing some Reiki, some hypnotherapy, and really kind of digging out some stuff that may be inside of you that you just need to get rid of. And you're going to come out of this writing retreat as a new woman. And yes, right now, I'm sorry, gentlemen, it is only open to women. We want women to be in a safe space. Doesn't mean that at some point we won't do one for men, but this particular one coming up in May is just for women. So if you want any more information on either the Writers Academy or Writing Well, let us know.
Yeah.
Brady,
Right.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This was awesome.
Love you.
Love you.
Awesome.
All right.